All right. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Power of the Patch presentation. Gregor Muscari up here in Bozeman, Montana. And I've been with Lifeway for a little over 7 years, and it's changed our lives, my wife Robin and I, and thousands and hundreds of thousands of others. So this is an amazing breakthrough in wearable light technology we're going to be talking to you about. Before we get started in jumping into LifeWave, I'd just like to lay a foundation I think we can all agree on that health certainly is our greatest wealth. And if you were ever at risk of losing it, you know exactly what I mean. Number two, let's just face it, the symptoms of aging and disease, they are just not fun. Whether it's dental issues or brain fog or joint mobility or those fine lines and wrinkles, or maybe it's cardiovascular or lung or even worse, So remember when you could work all day and party all night, get up the next day and do it again? Well, as the old song goes, those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. And that's as close as I'm going to get to a song on this presentation. But it just changes. And the reason is the older you get, the faster you age and the slower you heal due to a natural decline in our body's number one repair system, stem cells. By age 30, they've decreased by about 50%. By age 60, only a small percentage remain. And that's why a young lad falls down, skins his knee, and 3 days later, a scab falls off. Grandma falls down, skins her knee, and breaks her hip, and she's lucky if it ever heals again. So I finally figured out what I want to be when I get older. I want to be younger. And I think we can all relate to that. At least those of you that are above 13 or 20, and as we're moving through the decades, aging is not the number of candles on a cake. Aging is a feeling, and I just want to look and feel younger as long as I can. So let me ask you two personal questions. If you could change one thing in your health, or maybe in the health of someone you love and care for, what would it be? And number two, what impact would reducing or eliminating that issue have on your quality of life or their quality of life? With that being said, I just want to make a general disclaimer. Lifeway products are not designed or intended to heal, treat, cure, or diagnose any disease. They do, however, put our body back into more healthy, regenerative mode, and many times wonderful things then start happening. So if I can show you a safe and affordable way to maybe change the trajectory of your aging so you could look, feel, and live younger longer, would you be interested? And usually the resounding answer is yes. So we've got good news because our X39 wearable light technology truly is a historic breakthrough in holistic wellness. It's a patented, inexpensive wearable patch, affordable, safe, non-invasive, and totally drug-free, totally non-transdermal. Nothing's going into your body except light. And it's a unique form of phototherapy, which uses very specific frequencies of light to increase and improve your health and wellness while supporting your body's innate ability to heal itself. So I'm going to play a short little video that just kind of set the stage on who we are as far as LifeWave and X39.
An empowered life has no expiration date. We're all created to do incredible things, like conquer summits, catch big waves, and live our passions. As time goes on, our bodies begin to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy levels decline, sleep patterns shift, and recovery slows. But our bodies are masterpieces of design, holding the potential to bounce back better than ever. With X39, we achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and regenerative science that others could not. By utilizing LifeWave's unique patented technology, X39 uses light to elevate GHK-Cu, a copper peptide known to support overall health and wellness. Unlike traditional light therapy, which requires external light sources, X39 uses the body's own infrared light to naturally increase vitality, enhancing the body's flow of natural energy. For improvements in strength, stamina, performance, and overall health and well-being, with the simplicity of an affordable, non-invasive, non-transdermal patch. As we age, levels of these life-enhancing elements which are associated with wellness and longevity, begin to decline. LifeWave invested 10 years into stem cell research, which resulted in over 70 patents. X39 was born to bring to the public a product that could support wellness in an entirely new way, supporting the production of younger, healthier cells with wearable light technology. Becoming a powerhouse is easier than you think. Harness your body's natural potential to maintain youthful energy and vitality, because life comes at you fast, but it doesn't have to pass you by. Live long, live well, live young. Be the light with LifeWave X39. LifeWave.
Well, that's what we're all about. And I'd like to just give you an explanation, in layman's terms, how this breakthrough technology works that we like to call the power of the patch. And it's based on the science of photobiomodulation. And LifeWave patches contain very specific combinations of organic materials and nanocrystals. When they are applied or near your body, they're activated by our infrared light or the heat emanating from your body. And they emit very specific wavelengths of light that stimulate targeted and beneficial biochemical responses in your body. And this is the simple but profound scientific basis of our LifeWave phototherapy patches. This is our visionary founder and CEO, David Schmidt. And David's not only a brilliant scientist and researcher, the guy is a genius inventor with over 200 patents and counting. And he's been on the leading edge of phototherapy research and science for over 24 years. And he's already conducted over 90 clinical studies proving the efficacy of LifeWave phototherapy products. And more studies are always in the works. And that's because LifeWave is very focused on science. And this is a short little video of an introduction to David Schmidt.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. There is more information there than most people would ever realize. I was 8 years old, and my parents wanted to take me to the workshop of Thomas Edison. On the drive back home, I said to my dad, I want to be an inventor. Light, as it turns out, is the primary control mechanism for everything else that happens in the body. What if we could have an external electromagnetic field that would essentially reset the stem cells that are already in our bodies and get them to function like younger, healthier cells? What if in the process we actually found out that in a book that was written thousands of years ago, that information already existed? God has left his fingerprint in natural design, and that blueprint shows up in nature. The mathematical codes are identical. The implications to this are absolutely extraordinary. What drives me is that there's this enormous sense of hope that we can create technology to generate clean energy, that we can have foods that aren't genetically modified, and we can meet all of the needs on the planet that we have to, and that we can heal people.
What's the old saying? Physician, heal thyself. Well, LifeWave technology really empowers us uh, to be our own healer. So we're a 21-year-old pioneer in life science technology. The technology was originally developed by David Schmidt back in 2000 for use by the U.S. Navy SEALs to increase their battle-ready strength, stamina, and performance without the use of drugs, stimulants, or caffeine. It was so powerful that in 2004, David founded LifeWave to bring this amazing technology to the masses. By 2010, they had grown and set up manufacturing and international distribution in Ireland. We now distribute to over 80 countries from 16 global distribution centers. And in 2024, we opened up our global headquarters in Draper, Utah, just south of Salt Lake. And within it, we have a state-of-the-art space-age welcome center designed by the set designers of Star Trek. And it feels like you're walking into the Starship Enterprise when you enter it. So our focus for the last 15 years has been anti-aging and regenerative science, and LifeWave was born in 2019, And some are calling it the holy grail of health, healing, and regeneration. Truly a historic and affordable breakthrough in wellness technology, doing what the multi-billion-dollar companies and big pharma have not been able to do. And that is, when used in conjunction with proper nutrition and hydration, X39 has been proven to activate a very specific copper peptide that supports and enhances stem cell activity while also altering gene expression towards a younger and more vibrant you. And yes, we have patents. Yes, we have clinical studies. Yes, we have field results proving X39 is actually turning back your biological clock, helping people of all ages to look, feel, perform, and live younger longer. And I don't know about you, but for me, that's very exciting. And real quick, I'm just going to go through some of the benefits you'll probably experience trying X39. And the first is energy. And certainly, energy is a currency of life. And using X39 daily leads to an increase in cellular energy. And you know what it also does? It leads to better night's sleep. And most of the time, when people try X39, the next day they say, oh my gosh, I just got the best night's sleep I've had in a long time. And so we encourage people to use it on a daily basis. And how about sports performance? Using the X39 not only increases sports performance, but significantly reduces recovery time after exercise. And, LifeWave patch is now used by pro and amateur athletes all around the world in almost every sport. The media's begin to notice, and you might too if you look very careful at some of the body of your favorite athletes and Olympians, because we're approved and to be used with the Olympics Committee. And you see those little white patches on their body, and that's us, that's LifeWave. So also pain relief. And most people notice a reduction of pain within minutes of application. Truly, the pain relieving benefits of X39 have to be experienced to be believed. Brain health. We've got clinical studies proving X39 actually has a cumulative beneficial impact on cognitive function. In wound healing, X39 also supports the natural wound healing process in our body. And many people say that they heal much faster from minor scrapes and injuries, as well as minor and major surgical procedures. And wrinkle reduction. We suggest people take pictures, and sadly, this doesn't happen as quickly as the pain reduction, but within an 8 to 12 week period, I think you'll be delighted. So we encourage people to take pictures of those fine lines and wrinkles. And at the same time, there's another phenomenon called remodeling. Take pictures of your scars also, because we see scar reduction. Sometimes people's scars are greatly reduced, and sometimes they're even just going away after continued use of X39. There's some pictures of people who've been using the product for various lengths of time, 4 months, 2 years, 5 days, 9 months, 13 days. The guy on the far right fell through the ceiling, punctured his lung, and broke 6 ribs. Doctor said he's going to be out of work for 6 weeks. And he went back on the job in 3 weeks. But in the center, Karen, I just got to show you the story of Karen. She had some radiation treatment done on June 6th, and she wasn't looking too good on June 10th, June 17th, June 23rd. But oh my gosh, on June 30th, she had recovered so fast you can't even tell she had the procedure. So really amazing results people are having with the product. And also lots of anecdotal reports of people experiencing an increase in the quality and quantity and speed of their hair growth. Some people that lost the color are even seeing some of their old color coming back. So the bottom line is youth renewal. The result is a better, healthier you to spend with your loved ones, with your family, with your kids and grandkids. And again, aging is not the number of candles on your cake, it's a feeling. And LifeWave X39 can help you look and feel younger. So I'm going to just play a short little video clip of some testimonials of what people are saying about X39.
X39 has really changed my life. I'm not stuck at home in pain in bed. I'm out here with my friends and enjoying my family.
Big thank you to LifeWave for helping me, helping my family, and helping the 100 people now in our team who are using LifeWave daily and their families. Big thank you. Love the products.
And I have energy through the roof.
I sleep better. I have so much more energy.
Throughout the day, I can focus better. I can concentrate in my work.
Our church worship service lasts 45 minutes. For the last 2 years, I've not been able to stand that long. 2.5 weeks into wearing the X39 patch, the pastor said, "You can now be seated." It dawned on me at that moment that, my goodness, I've been standing this whole time, didn't realize it.
After starting using the technology for approximately 2 weeks, my pain completely disappeared.
32 years of pain gone in 3 days.
I just love the products. They just help me to feel younger and younger year after year.
Thank God for X39.
My skin become younger, softer, firmer.
It's been really amazing.
I love X39 because it really helped reduce the inflammation in my knee. I can now run again. Woohoo!
Woohoo is right. Okay. And, it's not just what people are saying, it's what doctors and health practitioners are saying. And I'm very excited to have two of our field leaders, and one of them, a naturopath with a PhD in nutrition, on the line with us here this evening and taking over the next part of the call. I'm going to turn it over to Janet Kiefer down from the Austin area in Texas. So, Janet, over to you.
Well, thank you so much, Gregory, and welcome to everybody that's with us tonight. We're always so excited to share LifeWave. A little bit about me, I've been in the LifeWave for 5 years and still, honestly, sincerely, every day we're so excited to share this. So it's really a pleasure for me to introduce our special guest tonight, Dr. Shauna Young, as Gregor said, both PhD and a naturopath. And for the past 25 years, Dr. Shauna has been getting to the root cause, of those real issues people struggle with, kind of what I call those mystery conditions, and that plague so many of us, from her practice up in the lovely area of Bozeman, Montana. She's the two-time recipient of the Distinguished Award of Excellence from the internationally recognized Global Foundation of Integrative Medicine. And if you've worked with naturopaths, that's really a big deal. She's also the author of 2 books, one called If Naturopaths Are Quacks, Then I Guess I'm a Duck, love that title, and Erasing Autism, the Spectrum Balance Protocol. So welcome, Dr. Shauna. Please come on board, open up your microphone, open up your camera there. And we're just always so excited to have you here. You're such a wealth of knowledge. So, Dr. Shauna, there's people been just joining us tonight. This is a whole new idea, a whole new technology. They're just learning about it. Could you kind of talk about X39? I know you have a strong emphasis on building a foundation for the health. So maybe explain a little about what you mean by having a strong health foundation.
Absolutely. First of all, hi, Janet, and hello, two of my favorite people. So it's always nice to be on with you guys. And it's a beautiful snowy evening here in Bozeman. So as Janet said before, I specialize in mystery illnesses. On my website, it says that we specialize in making mysteries into histories, because, I work with people that very often have had something going on for a decade or more. Sometimes people have an S on the end of that decade, with things they've been working with. And very often it's just something that they've had for a long time that it's not unusual for when my patients have been to 10 or more other practitioners. So it really is getting to the bottom, which is what appeals to me so much with LifeWave. Because as you just said, Janet, it's all about building the foundation. It's all about, you can't just throw a house up on the sand, and expect it to go. I mean, you have to get down into the ground and build a foundation, get everything settled. And then once you have that, you can build from there. And that's why I have such a focus on nutrition and on hydration. So if you guys, this evening, I really would like to talk a little bit about hydration versus cellular hydration, because hydration is one of those words that gets thrown around, and there's a lot of them. There's a million things over my 26 or some, whatever it is, years that I've been doing this, that we keep telling people, and then all of a sudden they come out and go, "Oh, we have this new information," you know. So naturopaths have always stressed hydration, but a lot of people don't know what that really means because when people start talking about hydration, a lot of people start walking around with their water bottles, and you see people that have got a water bottle attached to their, hip basically at all times. And while I'm glad that people are giving more of a focus on water, they're not getting enough focus on how to drink it in order to make your cells hydrate and it's not just about volume. It's not just about the amount of water into your system. It's about the osmosis, the balance between the cellular hydration and the outside hydration, the intra and extra cellular hydration. If you don't have enough water in your body, then your cells will actually your body will start drawing water from inside your cells, which causes them to shrink and flatten. And I don't think a lot of people have ever even heard that concept. Okay. And in order to properly hydrate yourself, it's not about drinking a swimming pool every day. There has to be electrolytes involved. And what a lot of people are doing with their water bottles is they're rinsing out their electrolytes because you need sodium, magnesium, potassium, chlorides and all this. Otherwise, your water does not absorb into your cells. And your cells will shrink and then become unable to hold nutrients. And
I don't think many of us really know that. You're right.
Yeah, it's not something people think about. In the reviews of my first book, actually, I think the most amount of people commented on the fact that I told them not only to drink water, but how to drink water. I should probably get a T-shirt that says "Be a drip line and not a sprinkler," because I got to say that at least once a day, I swear. But with sprinklers, you turn on the water really hard for like 15 minutes, right? And you get all this water, and then you turn it off, and then it kind of soaks in. Drip lines are very, very slow. It just little teeny droplets all the time. And I think that I could become a billionaire if I could figure out how to make a water bottle that would only distribute an ounce of water at a time, because you see people all the time where they've got their water bottle and they're like, this is how much water I want to drink. And then they, oh, dang, I didn't drink less water, glug, 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 glug. And that water just rinses out their electrolytes. And then you don't have your volume disappears, in the bathroom, basically. And and because of the rinsing of the electrolytes, it's not hydrating your cellular, basis of it because your cellulars want to pump up. Okay. So, but without your cells being hydrated like that, they are unable to handle the metabolic functions, the key functions that they need to handle. And this is why a lot of people are medicating themselves with whatever, and it's not working. They're like, I tried this, I tried this, I tried this. We tell people quite often, if you've put on a patch and you don't feel, like something isn't happening or something like that, drink a glass of water and try it again, with the ice waves and those kinds of patches. But
so Dr. Shauna, let me pull that apart real quick for you, especially for people just starting. We've shown them a patch that goes on their body. And I know our founder and inventor, David Schmidt, is always talking about you need to hydrate with the patches. Could you maybe explain that connection?
Well, it's just exactly what we're just talking about right now. If your cells are not in that plump, condition that they're supposed to be in, they can't get the frequency. Okay. If they're shrunk, then they're not going to receive the frequency.
So you just can't absorb it as well of the patches, the frequency of the patch each day along coming in there.
Right.
So if you say with electrolytes, which are going to help the patches be more effective, what would you recommend with us with electrolytes?
Cellergize. I mean, the Cellergize, look at what happened with that.
Okay, may I pause real quick because some people don't know we have a new product out. It's a powder called Cellergize to drink that supports the X-ray night. So go ahead.
Yeah. The Celergize was made for that particular purpose to work in connection with the X39 because people who had partial success or something, or which is very few people, but some people would say, oh, I don't know, it's just not doing, it seems like it does for my husband or whatever. When we added the Celergize to it, the electrolyte compound was able to make the interstitial water into the cells where it needed to be so that the frequency had something to work with.
So during the day, everyone's like, oh, you should drink so many ounces. Do you recommend we do either Celergize or electrolytes with every glass of water?
Not every, and a lot of people with the Celergize, they take it in the morning, or they take it and then they take the PM at night or they do whatever. And I find sometimes what really works for me is to put the Celergize into a water bottle. And so that you're getting not only the small amounts of water at a time, but you're getting those small amounts of electrolyte at the same time as well. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm wearing the patches. I'm drinking electrolyte water, which should help the body absorb the light frequency. Wonderful. This is really a great tip. Many of us don't know it. I'm in the Texas area, and I can't tell you how many people go, I don't drink water. Now, many people are on city water, doesn't taste good. What would you recommend for really getting good water to start with?
Well, a lot of people, they want to do distilled water, and I completely disagree with that because that has no minerals, no electrolyte. A lot of people using reverse osmosis water. But just if you don't want to drink straight water, I mean, I drink sparkling water. But I drink sparkling water that comes from a glass bottle. Because you don't want the leaching and things from the plastics. But you can put a little bit of the Celergized, you can put a little lemon in it. You can do, if drink a herbal tea, I mean a non-caffeine because caffeine has a tendency to dehydrate you. But putting maybe an herbal tea or something like that. I very often put a liter bottle of water in my refrigerator at night with a tea bag in it so that's got a little bit of like a flavor
Wonderful.
or something like that. But without that osmotic pressure, between the inner and the outer cell, you can't get the frequencies.
That's a really important point. I think many people, when we've worked and introduced X39 to them, I think you're always sort of expecting to feel something. And so in your practice, can you maybe help people understand what to expect when they're using the X39 patch and what they may not notice?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what a lot of people don't understand either is that, you don't, do you feel your immune system working?
Good point.
The story that I tell people a lot is you're in the grocery store, okay? You're just standing in line and you're thinking, did I remember to get butter? And you're thinking all these things. And somebody behind you sneezes in the line. And you go, oh, bless you. And they say, oh, thank you. And then it's out of your mind. Okay. You don't even, by the time you paid for your groceries, you don't remember that person sneezing behind you, but that person sneezed a terrible virus all over you. And your immune system activated, your white blood cells started to go crazy and throw snowballs at it. And it gets everything, back into normal. And you don't even, by the time you get to your car and you didn't even know a battle took place, So
Good
you
point.
don't always feel something. And I'm one of those people where I don't feel, the X39 like that because there's nothing for me to feel. I don't, nothing hurts, there's no issue. But so I always tell people kind of count your lucky stars if you don't get a big bang, because that just means that the X39 is in there doing triage. It's in there figuring out what needs to happen. And some of the people in Live Younger have liked my idea that it's one of those Roombas, the little vacuum cleaners that go around on the floor. And it's something that's just always in there moving around, and you can't always expect to feel, people would love that. And they've gotten used to medication where you take something and you go to sleep, but that isn't a real thing, like just having a pill that makes a symptom disappear does not make the problem disappear.
Correct.
And
So how long should they wear the X39 for? Any tips? Things like
well,
that.
the basic for the X39 is to give it at least a month for every decade you've been alive. I mean, if you're 50, you need to give it 5 months, at least give it. This is not, I mean, this is a natural process, and this is something that's working on changing your life. This is not about getting rid of your headache or your knee stops hurting or something like that. This is something that changes your life. This is something that will make your future better.
Oh, I agree with that, even though it did help me with searing knee pain and it did help me with a number of things.
Yeah.
But over the years, you're right, just the immune system's better. My strength is better. My sleep is better. All these things that start to happen that way. So we could go on and on because you're such a wealth of knowledge. Real quick, do you want to do a real quick let people know what David Schmidt's going to be launching this coming next week?
Can't wait. Um, this is amazing. Because see, one thing that I want to finish on dehydration is a lot of people, when you say you're dehydrated, they go, "Oh, well, I'm not thirsty." And they're not, see what I mean? But dehydration is at the bottom of a lot of covert problems.
Okay.
High blood pressure and the big bugaboo right now, insulin resistance. Being
Ah.
yeah. And they're talking about insulin resistance now, like we just found this new thing, which of course we've been talking about it for, 30 years. But that is a big thing, and they're finally realizing what huge, enormous problems. I mean, weight, and stuff like that. Fine, okay, makes you gain weight. But there's a zillion other problems associated with that. And those can all be linked back to dehydration.
Wow.
So David Schmidt, within his infinite wisdom here, realized that no matter how well you educate people, some people are just not going to do it.
Yeah.
You can tell people, I can talk till I'm as blue as this shirt, about how important it is to have water in your system and how, you need to sip it and electrolytes and all those things. Some people are just not going to do it. And so with the X2O, he's figured out how to infuse the light frequency into the water, which actually changes the molecular hydrogen in the water.
Wow.
It will separate it splits the hydrogen and the oxygen. Okay. So it will alter the bond angle of how the water is actually absorbing in your system. So when you change that bond angle, that's going to be, you don't even need as much water. Every drop of water that you drink is going to go where it needs to go.
Wow.
Okay, so this is not just like, oh wow, this is really cool. This is something that is, again, he is life-changing people again, because
Wonderful.
this is going to give people that just can't manage to do that the edge that they need. I mean, the X2O, it's still water. It's water that's been completely reimagined.
So, folks, if you're joining us tonight, Dr. Shauna's starting a conversation of our new X2O water machine, light infused water coming out next week. And I know we're going to have Dr. Shauna come back and talk about it more once and we can show it and talk about it. But also in our short period of time here, Dr. Shauna, I so appreciate this education on intercellular and extracellular water. And I know for most of us, you're right, we don't think of electrolytes. We don't think about the dehydration. So I really appreciate your talking us through that. And for those who are joining tonight, she's a doctor. She gets to talk about the big issues. Unlike me, I don't make medical claims. Dr. Shauna can that way. So we're going to turn it back over to Gregory, but will you come on next month and we can talk more about the water and cellular hydration?
I could talk about the water from now until eternity. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Shauna. Take care. Thank you,
That's great.
Gregory.
Thank you,
Back to
ladies.
you.
That was awesome. I appreciate it very, very much. And, you know, uh, LifeWave is a transformative company with transformative products. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. And I think you're going to be shocked to see what happened to LifeWave when we launched the X39 patch 7 years ago, our sales absolutely exploded, over 3,000% growth. We're a true rising star in the $8 trillion longevity and wellness market. And we're already over $500 million in sales. And I have no doubt in my heart and mind that with the launch of the new X2O water system, we're going to hit that $1 billion mark and beyond. So this company is a happening company, that's for sure. In fact, very excited. I'm going to share a short little video that was filmed at our home office. And I mentioned that our welcome center was designed by the set designers of Star Trek. So we're attracting all kinds of people who want to come and work there. And I think you're going to be impressed with who happened to show up at one of the interviews.
I've lived a long life. I've done a lot of things, but I've never been an intern.
I'm the founder, sure, but I'm also an inventor. My latest experiment? Hire William Shatner. But as an intern. No way I can afford that guy full-time.
Hi, I'm Alicia. I'm going to be your trainer for today.
Hi, Alicia. Hi, Alicia.
William Shatner?
Yeah, well, you can call me Bill. Or intern. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's just fine. Today I'm going to be taking you on a tour of our Welcome Center.
I hear they have something like a captain's bridge in the Welcome Center. Feels like you're traveling through space.
I have an award-winning production designer
This I gotta see.
for decades. And hey, Bill!
No, please, no sci-fi today. I'm just here as an intern, that's it. I just beamed in. Yeah, I know that look. I get that look whenever I sneak around, and you're sneaking. Go away. I'm busy. Jackpot. You didn't see a thing. Oh. People gotta see this.
Bill! Who let you in here?
He let me in here.
Bill? Captain?
Oh, you gotta get out here. The old intern who looks an awful lot like me, he's messing things up.
But wait, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a sci-fi thing. Come on.
Oh, excuse me. David, was that? Is that in budget?
Oh!
There you are. Come on. Back to the group.
People gotta see this.
I know. It's a part of the tour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you ready for me? Doug. Bill? Doug. Bill. Doug.
Oh,
Bill. For goodness.
Do you know Doug?
Do I know Doug? Star Trek designer on props and sets and the spaceships and this?
Came out beautifully, huh?
Oh, Doug is...
Hey, Bill.
Oh.
One of your clones said you're causing trouble.
You're taking the word of a clone?
Personally, I always go with the original.
That's a good idea.
I have a question. Are you really going to be an intern here?
Yeah. Why not? But first, I gotta tell you about the Welcome Center here at the LifeWave offices.
Okay, this is a commercial. Got it.
No. It's a kinda soft sell. No, just a simple suggestion, really. You absolutely have to get back to the person who shared this video with you. I had a great time exploring the LifeWave Welcome Center, experiencing their amazing life-changing technology, and learning about the opportunities surrounding one of the fastest-growing companies on the planet. And you will too. So check them out and just tell them Bill sent you. The real Bill, not that sci-fi clone.
Bill, we're waiting.
Oh. Okay. Hey, duty calls. Back to interning. Bye-bye.
Oh my gosh. I get a kick every time I watch that video. Be the light with LifeWave. So I'm going to just real quickly talk about the opportunity and the need we have. Uh, LifeWave is a business opportunity also. We need help getting the message out on our patented exclusive products. We have no competition. We have a simple, duplicatable success system. We have free websites, training, and support, very low cost of entry, and a satisfaction of being rewarded for making a difference in people's lives. We have a generous compensation plan that pays out about 50% of all sales to brand partners instead of to Wall Street or Madison Avenue, and I really like that. And, we've had three simple ways to get started. The, easiest way to get started is a retail customer. It's only $149.95 for a month's supply of X39. That's kind of like the cost of a latte a day to keep aging away. And, so many benefits to be experienced with X39. So that's a good way to get started. A better way is becoming a preferred customer where you actually get a 33% discount. You save $50 on a month's supply. Now it's like the cost of a cup of coffee, not even a latte a day. And you just need to get on our monthly auto ship subscription program. No long-term commitment required. You can stop at any time. And it comes with a risk-free 90-day money-back guarantee. Now, the best way to get started is as a brand partner. And as a brand partner, you can get paid for sharing. You can earn a part-time or full-time income. There's generous personal and team rewards to be earned and paid on a weekly basis. And we have 4 brand partner starter kits available to choose from. And and all of these come with a 30-day money back guarantee. And you can get with the person that invited you here and they can explain these different packages and the benefits. Each of them has a little bit more inventory and a little bit greater discount below the wholesale price. So the last little short video, just kind of bring this to a wrap. Right time, right product, right company. So let me just let this one roll.
A life empowered is closer than you think. We're all looking for a better way. Reimagine what's next with a new sense of exuberance. Why not power on like you mean it? Or power off blissfully? A better sleep is a better awake. You've never moved like this before. With the energy nature intended. Imagine reprogramming the way you look at the speed of science. At longevity. At exhilaration. It's next level rejuvenation. Take control of your well-being from the inside out and outside in. The light within is ready to ignite. Be the light. LifeWave.
And that's our motto with LifeWave, be the light. And I'll just conclude by saying, for my wife, Robin, and I, LifeWave is an absolute answer to a prayer. Every day we hear miracle stories. Every day we're enhancing and changing lives. And every day we and thousands of others all around the world are enjoying the blessings of health, vitality, lifestyle, community, and financial independence and freedom. So be the light with LifeWave. Get back with the person that invited you here tonight. Get your questions answered. Choose the X39 wholesale starter kit that's right for you. and just get started today. So God bless you and be the light. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.